Everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a kind of a favorites video, I guess, but it's going to be like kind of both makeup and skincare favorites together. And this is going to be mainly focused around dry skin because that's what I have, so that's what I've got more experience in is dry skin. I don't deal with oily skin or anything. My skin's just severely dry, like the Sahara Desert dry. And I got my COVID vaccine yesterday, so my arm is still pretty sore, so I can't lift it up very well to do makeup or anything. So I'm not going to be doing any makeup in this video. But the first thing I will start off with is what I use for removing, well, I guess I'll do my makeup stuff first. The concealer and the foundation that I really like right now that I've been using most of the time is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation and concealer. It has hyaluronic acid in it, which is one of my favorite ingredients. But I'll show these. I use the shade Fair 30 in the foundation, which it may not actually be my correct shade, but I use it anyway because that's the one I bought and I'm going to use it. And in the concealer, I use the shade Light 40 in. And this is what it looks like. These are I use these more than any other foundation. And the primer that I use underneath the foundation, which I always use a primer and I make sure it's a hydrating primer, is the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Primer by ColourPop. I really like this, but the scent, the coconut scent in it is very overpowering. So I've been kind of looking for another primer that I've used, and I found one that ColourPop came out with recently. It's their skincare, their sister brand, by Fourth Ray Beauty. It is the Thirst Aid Hydrating Priming Moisturizer. So you can use it as a moisturizer or both a moisturizer and a primer. And I've only tried it once, and so far I think I really like it. I'm going to use it a few more times, and it may be the one I use to replace the other primer, the Pretty Fresh primer, because coconut is a scent that's an actual migraine trigger for me, so I don't really like to use this. I just use a very little of it because it's overpowering and gives me a headache. Another foundation that I've really liked recently is which I destroyed the box opening it because that's what I do best, is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I don't usually like a matte foundation because it does dry you out, but this one, it doesn't seem to be as bad as others that I've tried. It doesn't seem to strip any of the other oils that I've had out of my skin. But this is the packaging for it. And I use the shade 150. This is probably my second go-to foundation. I'm going to try to get a concealer from this brand and see if I like it. It's not going to be anytime soon because I don't have any money, but eventually I'll get it. But I also, for my eyeshadow primer, I was using, I'm trying to think, it was in a pot, I don't remember the name of it, but it seemed to be drying out my eyelids more, and even most people have oily eyelids, but my eyelids are super dry. So I decided to get more of a liquid kind of based eyeshadow primer. So I've been really liking the NYX Professional HD Studio Photogenic eyeshadow base. And this is the one that I've been using. It gets really tacky on the eyelids, so your eyeshadow sticks a little better. And that, for makeup, that's pretty much anything that for like dry skin, that's pretty much all you're going to need. Your eyeshadow isn't going to matter for your dry skin or anything like that. So I'm going to move on to skincare. I'm basically going to be showing you my skincare routine. I mean, I've already done my skincare routine tonight, but I'll just show you the products that I use. To remove my makeup, if I've used makeup that day, I've gotten really into the Fourth Ray Beauty brand. Like I said, the sister brand of ColourPop. I've been using their BFD cleansing oil. Basically, you just squirt it in your hands and just like rub it all around your face, and it pretty much dissolves the makeup. So I've really been liking this. It doesn't seem to strip the oil or anything off of your skin. And then after I do that, I use the Fourth Ray Beauty AM to PM Gel Cleanser. I'll use it morning and night. And that'll be my double cleanse right there. Then the next thing I go in with, this one is a little more pricey. Fourth Ray Beauty is more drugstore prices. But this one is the Lancome Paris Tonic Comfort. And this is the toner that I use. It is a little more expensive, but you get quite a bit with it. But I found this one is a lot more hydrating than any other brand that I found. I've tried e.l.f. Thayer's. I would not use witch hazel if you have dry skin. It'll strip any kind of oil that you have off of your skin and make you even more dry. If you have oily skin, it's probably okay to use, but dry skin, you kind of want to stay away from witch hazel. I've tried Neutrogena. I've tried a whole bunch of drugstore brand toners, and I've just decided that paying just a little extra for this brand here is a lot better. My skin feels a lot better. It feels hydrated, and I've really been enjoying this one. And then I've gotten into, just here lately, using an essence. I've been using the Real Complexion Hyaluron Skin Essence, and I use it right after my toner. I feel like it just gives me just a little bit more hydration. Like, I want to get all the hydration I can get. You'll notice that a lot of the products I use have hyaluronic acid in it, and it's because what little bit of moisture I have, I want to make sure that I'm locking all of that in. It's probably a little excessive, but that's who I am as a person. I find something I like and I obsess over it. The next thing is my serums, and I'm not going to go in any particular order, so if this isn't the right order, don't pay any attention to it. But I use, well, before I go in with my serums, if I've accidentally let my face dry a little too much before I put my serums on, I use the Fourth Ray Beauty Do It Hydrating Hyaluronic Mist. I just spray it on my face and just make sure my face is good and moist. You don't need a mist at all. You can just use water if you want. Or make sure that you go in right after your essence so your face is still wet. I've got something in my eye. Anyway. And after I've made sure my face is good and moist, I go in with my Fourth Ray Beauty Rainfall 2% Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And you can see I've used quite a bit of it. This is actually my second bottle of it. You just want 1 or 2 drops of it. And just kind of put in your hands and then just kind of tap it on your face. And then after that, I go in with my Fourth Ray Beauty Cactus Hydrating Serum Boost. I do 1 or 2 drops of it, and again, I've been using this like crazy. I also use the Ordinary Grand Active Retinoid 2% Emulsion. Kind of hard to see it. But again, I've been using it quite often. And this one you only want to use at night because it will make your skin a little more sensitive to the sun. So you want to use this in your nighttime routine. And I also use I got this in my BoxyCharm 1 month. It is I don't know if I can say it, the Volition Snow Mushroom Water Serum. And I really like it. It's actually in a glass bottle. And I really like it. So I hope it's not too expensive, because if it is, I won't be able to buy it anymore. And I don't use a lot of products from this next brand, but I really like this one. It's the Pacifica Future Youth Crystal Ball Serum. And this one, I don't actually use around my entire face. There is a dog yelping outside, and I don't own a dog. But it actually has a little ball in it, and you just kind of roll it on your skin where you want it. I actually use this, I don't get too close to my actual eye, but I use it like in this part of my eye right here, because it has a lot of hydrating ingredients in it, and my under eyes are very dry to the point like they're cracking a little bit in the skin, and this has really been helping. But I'll just kind of roll that under my eye area and just kind of tap it in. You want to do everything gentle around your eye area because it's a very sensitive and delicate area. But that's basically all I use serum wise. And then after I've made sure that I've done the roll-on serum under my eyes, I use the 4th Ray Beauty Water Drop Hydrating Eye Gel. And a lot of people, you don't necessarily need an eye cream or an eye gel or anything like that, but I use one because it's a little more concentrated than an actual moisturizer. And with how dry my under eyes are, I want as much hydration and moisturizing as I can get. But this is the actual eye gel. And it looks kind of gross, but so far it's really been helping my under eyes. And I also use this, any kind of eye cream or eye gel that I use, I get really dry in this area of my nose. I will actually use the eye cream on this part, on these parts of my nose right here, because it's so much thicker than an actual moisturizer. And then if it's daytime, I go in with the Awake brand, which I believe is the sister company of Tarte. For my moisturizer, it has an SPF 30 in it as well. But I also make sure that I use like a spray SPF or something like that along with it. I don't just use this as a standalone sunscreen. But it's the Awake Hello Sunshine Moisturizer / sunscreen. And this actually has a little bit of a scent to it. It kind of reminds me of Fruit Loops. Doesn't really say what it's actually supposed to be scented like. But it does smell just like Fruit Loops, and that's well, if you can see it, yeah. It actually looks more like a sunscreen than a moisturizer, but this is the one I use during the daytime. And I always make sure that there's a sunscreen with my moisturizer, even though I'm still going to use a regular sunscreen on top of it. I have red hair. It doesn't take much to make me burn. And for nighttime, I always want even more moisture, because I want to wake up I don't want to wake up feeling dry. So what I've been using here lately is the No. 7 Hydroluminous Water Surge Gel Cream. And this is another drugstore brand. but a little bit goes a long way with this just because it is so hydrating and moisturizing. And I make sure everything that I use on my skin, I make sure is geared towards dry skin. If it says for normal to dry skin or for oily or for all skin types, I'm not usually going to use it as much. Like maybe with my cleansers, I'll use it for normal skin, but I can always use everything else to kind of build up the moisture after I use the cleansers. But everything else I'm going to make sure is geared towards dry skin because I don't want anything to strip what little bit of moisture I have, I guess. But let me know what y'all think about all these products that I use, and tell me if you have any products that you use that you really like, because I may want to try those too, because some of these are kind of expensive. But I hope everyone is staying safe out there, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.